So hi, so I've got this Alister SDS drill. This is the cheapest on the internet, so it's just meant to be a quick review and bit of a demo really. If you're like me, a part-time DIYer, you got a main job and you're looking to do a bit of housework, weekends and evenings. I'm refurbishing a house, and some of the questions that I face when I wanted to buy a new tool: how much money should I pay? Whether I should really go for the Makitas and Bosch and Milwaukee's, or whether should I go for something cheap. So this is the conundrum that lots of the DIYers face, and this product review or bit of unboxing and demo really meant to really help you with some of the decision makings there, really, because what I've got here, is just one of the cheapest in the market. So it's $49.99 from Screwfix, and I'm already familiar with Alister because I have some of the Alister products, so I know how the brand performs. So it's not going to be an outright write-off. It's a decent brand, perform well, but very cheap as well. So the type of, when you think about what kind of SDS drill to buy, or whether to go for a cheap one or a mid-range or a really expensive one, if you're a professional, it's also really good to keep in mind what type of work you'll be doing. So for example, the type of things that I'll be doing with this would be to sort of drill a hole in a brick wall or a masonry wall, drill through hard wood. I'm going to do some work outside with oak sleepers. So yeah, so these are the type of work that I'll be doing, and for that I think this is going to be fantastic. It's got 600 watts, so it's a little bit on the short side in terms of the power output, but this is very lightweight, so it's a 2.3 kilo. So if you're going to be working on height, this is not going to be very taxing on the shoulder. So I think you will really appreciate it. I've got another SDS drill, which is a Titan, which is 6.3 kilos. So absolute nightmare to really work on height with that, or even to hold on to it for an extended period of time. So, but okay, let's open this and see what this is all about. So for a £49, what can we get? I'm excited as you are to see what's in here. First thing I did notice is that for £49, there's a plastic box, so it's not very heavy duty. You get that cheap sound, but nevertheless it's really good. Once you're done with your job, you can store this away easily, and if you can see these hinges here, it's very plastic. It's a matter of time before they snap. So not very good box in that sense, but at the end of the day you get what you pay for. So inside the box, so we got the main product itself. So the drill wrapped in plastic, so very straightforward packaging in that sense, and inside it we got 3 different sizes of SDS drills. So these are all sort of masonry bits here, and we also have something to sort of do the gauges with, so it's a bit hard to get it out. Yeah, so the other item here, it's a gauger, so which I'm going to show in a minute. So let's get to it. So in terms of the main drill, this is the main drill, the main products that we're buying here. So one thing I did notice, it feels absolutely light. I really like about this. And very compact as well. So it's got this adjustable handle, so which is good when you want this additional support. And then it's got this standard three functions. So it's got the drill, hammer and drill, and hammer. And another good thing is that it's got this lock-on function as well. So if you're drilling for an extended period of time, or if you're chiseling, you can easily lock this on, so you don't have to keep on pressing. Your arms would start hurting. And we also have this sort of rotational control here, so whether it goes front or back. There's also, I don't know if you can see, there's also this little lever here which rotates. So I'm guessing, I don't know what that is yet unless I read the manual, so it could be controlling the speed of the drill function, so which we which we will test it out in a minute anyway. So, the other feature that I was mentioning earlier is that it's this gauger here, but I guess, so you can put this, slot that in here, and then you can, measure your depth of the holes that you're making. Yeah. I can't wait to test this out. So I'm just going to test this out on, the oak hardwood slippers, and maybe a brick and a concrete post. So that's the sort of type of drilling that you'd be doing if you're thinking about buying one of these things. If you're a DIYer, but if you're a professional, of course, you probably wouldn't be buying this. I would imagine. One of the things that worth mentioning here is that this is a very old school brush mortar. So what that meant is that when the mortar works, so there's a carbon brush that's sort of touching the rotating part. So most of these cheap brands, have a non-replaceable carbon brush, so it's got a finite amount of life. So no matter how well you look after, this will eventually give up the ghost. But if you're a DIYer, there's only so much amount of time you're going to be using, so this will last a lifetime. If you're a DIYer, maybe if you're a professional, maybe this is not for you. So let's test this out. So I had to wait till the next day to do the actual demo. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm using an SDS drill adapter to use a standard drill bit, because you can't actually use a standard drill bit on an SDS drill. And the actual adapter that I'm using, it didn't actually come with the Alister drill box. So this is something I already had. So what I'm using here is a 10mm timber drill bit. So it's quite a long one. And the oak sleepers I got, it's 20 centimeter height and 10 centimeter width. So I'm actually going to drill a hole through the height section of the sleeper. So this should really be a hard task for the SGS Alister SDS drill. So let's see how this goes. You can see there's a bit of smoke coming out. Nothing wrong with the drill per se. It's just that the drill bit that I've got, it's not the most sharpest, because I have rammed that into a metal bar when I did another job. So it's a very fragile drill bit. But given that it's not a sharp drill bit, you can see the driller doing really well, and it has almost managed to put a hole through the sleepers. But I've done something really stupid. I've just turned it around to see whether it has fully gone through or not. Because of the weight of the sleepers, it has actually bent the drill bit. So it's a lesson learned there, never to do that again. I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10, because given that this is a hardwood, given that this is 20 centimeters, and given that it's not a sharp drill bit, I think the driller has managed to do a fantastic job. This is probably the most hardest wood drilling that anyone could ever do. So now let's test this out on a brick. So I'm just putting that on a hammer drill mode, and I'm just going to drill that through now. I'm happy with that. It took me under a minute to get through that break, so overall a really good result. So for masonry, I've got this really old paving stone. So this is good, 2 to 2.5 inches, very brittle. Let's see how it will do. I have to say I'm really impressed with that. Now I'm going to do the chiseling demo. Let's see how well this can actually chisel. It's quite disappointing actually. It couldn't even make any dent on the old paving stone. Let's see how well it can do on the brick. And you can see, I mean, it's for some reason it doesn't really like chiseling at all. It's just chipping away bits of the brick, but not a lot. Just for comparison, I also got my the Titan hammer drill out, and it doesn't take seconds for it to absolutely break that brick apart. But with regard to the paving stone though, I'm just going to give it a try, but I just have to admit that even the Titan SDS drill really struggled with the paving stone. Yeah, so what's the verdict? So if you're going to do lots of drilling application with this, I would say this is a product for you. So it's definitely cheap, compact, and very lightweight, and it absolutely has no problem with drilling through whether it's hardwood, brick, or even really heavy masonry stone. So, but on the other hand, if you're going to do chiseling work with this, I wouldn't buy this. So this is not the SDS drill that you would buy if you were to do chiseling with it. But overall, it fits the purpose of why I bought this. I hope you'll be able to benefit from this video. Thank you.